In the 1990s, a man named Jordan Belfort made $200 million by selling something that barely existed. He didn't have a product. He didn't have a groundbreaking idea. He had a phone, a script, and an almost magical ability to make people hand over their life savings. Then he went to jail for just 22 months, wrote a book, and became a celebrity. But the real story isn't the parties or the drugs. It's the invisible trap he set, and why millions of smart, careful adults walked right into it. Jordan grew up in Queens, New York. Even as a teenager, he had a gift. He could sell anything. At 16, he made $20,000 one summer selling Italian ices on the beach. Most kids would buy a car. Jordan put the money toward dental school. But on the first day, the dean said, "If you're here to get rich, you're in the wrong profession." Jordan stood up, nodded, and walked out. He didn't want to fix teeth. He wanted to be rich. He tried selling meat door to door. It worked until it didn't. Then he landed on Wall Street, at a real firm, and learned how the game worked. But in 1987, the stock market crashed, and Jordan got fired. While other brokers panicked, Jordan noticed something most people ignored: penny stocks. Penny stocks were tiny companies, often worthless, that traded for pennies. No serious broker touched them. But here's the magic. They paid 50% commissions. Sell $1,000 worth of a normal stock, you might make $10. Sell $1,000 worth of a penny stock, you make $500. Same phone call, 50 times the reward. Jordan realized the product didn't matter. The story you told about it did. So he started calling strangers, not with facts, but with a story. "Mr. Johnson, I've found a tiny company that's about to explode. The big banks don't know about it yet. If you get in now at $1 a share, in 6 months you could be sitting on a beach in Maui. But the window is closing. Do you want to be the guy who missed out?" Mr. Johnson, a retired teacher, a war veteran, a single mom, they all heard the same thing. And they all said yes. Not because they were stupid, because the story hit a part of the brain that bypasses logic. It promised escape, security, a better life. And it came with a deadline. When you think you're about to lose a once-in-a-lifetime chance, you don't ask questions, you act. Jordan wasn't alone. He teamed up with a friend named Danny Porish, and together they built a company called Stratton Oakmont. The name sounded like a 100-year-old bank. In reality, it was a cramped office above a garage, filled with young guys who had no finance experience. Bartenders, college dropouts, guys who just wanted to make money. Jordan didn't want experts. He wanted hungry. He could teach anyone to sell. He created a training program called Straight Line Persuasion. The idea was simple. Keep the customer on a straight line from hello to where do I send the check? Every objection had a scripted response. Every hesitation was bulldozed. The recruits practiced until the words came out automatically, like muscle memory. They weren't having conversations, they were running a program. Now here's where the scam got truly dangerous. Jordan and his team would pick a penny stock they already owned a lot of. Then the entire sales floor would call hundreds of people, hyping that same stock. "It's moving! Get in now!" The sudden demand drove the price up. Once it was high enough, Jordan and his insiders sold everything. The price crashed. The investors were left holding pieces of paper worth almost nothing. This is called a pump and dump, and at Stratton, it wasn't a rare trick. It was Tuesday. Why did it work so well? Because Jordan understood two things most people don't. 1. Greed makes you see what you want to see. 2. Fear of missing out makes you act before you think. He didn't sell stocks. He sold a feeling. And feelings are far more powerful than facts. The money poured in. Jordan bought mansions, cars, a helicopter, a yacht he named after his wife. The office became a circus of drugs, parties, and excess. But underneath, the machine was rotting. Regulators started sniffing around. Former employees talked. And one FBI agent, a man named Gregory Coleman, began quietly piecing together the evidence. In 1996, federal agents raided Stratton Oakmont. The party was over. Jordan faced up to 30 years in prison. So he did the only thing he knew how to do. He sold. He wore a wire, recorded his friends, and handed over dozens of his own employees to get a lighter sentence. In the end, he served just 22 months in a minimum security prison. No fences, no cells. He played tennis. He wrote a book. That book became a movie. The movie made him famous. People laughed at the wild stories, quoted the lines, dressed up as Jordan Belfort for Halloween. But while the world was entertained, the victims were still waiting. A teacher who lost her retirement, a family who remortgaged their home, a veteran who invested his life savings. The court ordered Jordan to pay back $110 million. To this day, most of it hasn't been paid. He travels the world as a motivational speaker, selling the story of his redemption. And here's the part that matters most. The pump and dump didn't die with Stratton Oakmont. It just changed clothes. Today, it wears the face of a meme coin, a celebrity-backed token, a groundbreaking NFT project. The same four-step engine: curiosity, trust, urgency, action. The same two levers: greed and fear. The only difference is the technology. Instead of a phone call, it's a TikTok. Instead of a boiler room, it's a Discord server. So the next time someone offers you a secret investment, a guaranteed return, a window that's closing, stop. Ask yourself, if this is such a great deal, why are they rushing me? And then ask the one question that would have saved thousands of people from Jordan Belfort. Can you explain this to me like I'm 5? If they can't, walk away. Because the real wolf isn't the man, it's the story he tells. And stories can be rewritten. Jordan Belfort didn't invent greed, he just learned how to aim it. The real lesson isn't that he was evil, it's that we're all vulnerable. And the only defense is to slow down, ask simple questions, and remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it almost always is.